Think you know deserts? Think again. For centuries, scientists have studied these extreme environments, believing we understood their life. But a creature so immense, so ancient, just emerged from the sands, defying every ecological law. Are you ready to see the proof that Earth still holds secrets so profound, they'll make you question reality? Let's dive in and find out. Number 20. The Pyramids of Meroe. Let's start with a simple idea. The Sahara Desert covers many countries, and several places once had pyramids. Naturally, some of these pyramids are found in the desert sands, including the ones at Meroe in Sudan. When these pyramids were uncovered, they became a significant discovery. Some even claim they are among the most stunning pyramids ever found. You might think the Egyptians built them, since they are most associated with pyramid structures, but that's not true here. These pyramids were built by the Kingdom of Kush, which was once a rich and powerful empire. To give you a clear picture, these pyramids were made of granite and sandstone in the Nubian style, with small bases and steep sides standing between 6 and 30 meters tall. This is much smaller than the huge pyramids of Giza, which are nearly 5 times taller. Interestingly, the desert sands have helped preserve these pyramids so well over time, and they are also historically significant and a big tourist attraction in Sudan. How did these pyramids get lost in the first place? The desert sands, whether in Egypt, Sudan, or elsewhere, constantly shifted, which caused the pyramids to be buried. Only the local people knew their location but needed help to dig them out. When archaeologists eventually discovered them, it was a big thing. It is so fortunate that these beautiful pieces of history are now preserved and can be viewed by the entire public. Number 19. Lost River. In ancient times, the Tamanrasset River was no ordinary sight. It served as a lifeline amidst the vast Sahara Desert. This majestic river meandered through arid dunes, providing a precious oasis in an unforgiving landscape. Can you imagine the surreal image of a river coursing through sandy expanses, offering sanctuary for humans and wildlife? However, much remains to be uncovered about this lost river. The origins and fate of the Tamanrasset River are uncertain and elusive. It is believed that this remarkable river sourced its waters from hidden underground aquifers, reservoirs concealed beneath the desert surface. These aquifers, replenished by prehistoric rainfall and snowmelt from far-off mountains, sustained the river with its living water for thousands of years. Unfortunately, with time, the changes in climatic conditions led to the reduction of the Tamanrasset River, which once had a huge flow of water. Sands shifted and buried its course, and all that remains of the once sprawling civilization are the fossils of inhabitants that roamed along its shore. However, not resting on their laurels, different eras of explorers, scientists, and passionate followers of archaeology keep on studying this lost river, aiming to reveal the answers. Equipped with ancient texts, scrutinizing satellite images, and venturing into the unforgiving desert, they embark on a mission to rediscover the remnants of the Tamanrasset River, piecing together the puzzle of its ancient existence. Number 18. Lost Fortresses. Archaeologists have made an incredible discovery of real-life castles in the Sahara Desert, revealing an ancient civilization. Recent satellite images uncovered over 100 fortress settlements belonging to the mysterious Garamantes people in southwest Libya. These communities, dating from around 81 to 500 AD, were part of an advanced society that ruled the region from the 2nd century BC to the 7th century AD. The findings came from a careful study of modern satellite images, including high-resolution pictures used by the oil industry and old aerial photographs from 2011 expeditions. Pottery samples confirmed the existence of the fortresses, but research was paused due to the Libyan civil war that ended Muammar Gaddafi's 42-year rule. Unfortunately, limited funding has slowed further study, but we may uncover more about these lost fortresses as we continue. Number 17. The Desert Breath. Imagine you're walking through the vast expanse of the Sahara when you suddenly come across a stunning sight, a massive land art installation that looks like something out of a dream. This is Desert Breath, an enormous artwork of intricate geometric patterns carefully carved into the desert floor. Yes, you heard that right. Some people may note that aliens created it, but it is an artist's collective, and nonetheless, it is amazing. It is a masterpiece that isn't static. The artwork is designed to change and evolve as desert winds sweep the land, transforming the patterns into a shifting, ever-changing kaleidoscope of shapes and shadows. But who is behind this remarkable installation? Desert Breath was created by talented artists and architects. Their goal was to merge art, nature, and the desert into something people could truly appreciate, and they succeeded. Yet its meaning is still shrouded in mystery. Some believe it represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and is a constant reminder of existence. Some think it symbolizes our interaction with the desert and the continuous changes in ourselves and the surrounding environment. Number 16. World War II Plane. Decades have passed since the North African campaign of World War II, but a recent discovery in the harsh Egyptian desert has reignited interest. In May 2012, a Polish oil worker stumbled upon the remains of a Curtiss P-40 Kitty Hawk fighter. This rugged, American-built plane likely served with the Royal Air Force during the war under the U.S. Lend-Lease program. It is believed to have been lost on June 28, 1942, when Flight Sergeant Dennis Kopping was forced to make an emergency landing in the Sahara. Kopping's story is one of many wartime tragedies. German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel's Panzer Army continued to build pressure in the spring and summer of 1942, forcing the British Eighth Army to retreat towards Egypt. The British gave a befitting reply by October, under General Bernard Montgomery, and decisively triumphed at the Battle of El Alamein, a turning point in the war. Kopping's plane, however, never made it to the front. Military historian Andy Saunders notes that the 24-year-old pilot lost his way, flying in the wrong direction. Despite a fellow pilot's attempt to correct him, out of fuel, Kopping crash-landed, damaging the aircraft but leaving the cockpit intact. Signs suggest he survived for a while using his parachute for shade. Tragically, the unforgiving desert claimed his life. 70 years later, the plane remains remarkably preserved in the Saharan sands, a haunting reminder of one man's final battle. Now it's time for today's topic. In late 2024, a multinational excavation team working near the Rub al-Khali Desert's northern edge, not far from the Saudi-Jordanian border, made a discovery that stopped heavy machinery mid-operation. What was first believed to be an ancient stone formation turned out to be something far more disturbing. Buried beneath layers of compacted sand lay a massive circular structure, segmented like a spine, stretching wider than a football field. Drone footage revealed ridged surfaces resembling hardened tissue, not rock. When excavators exposed deeper sections, instruments detected unusual density changes, as if parts of the structure were hollow or once alive. Local geologists ruled out known fossil formations. Paleontologists noted the scale didn't match any documented prehistoric creature. Even more unsettling, ground-penetrating radar suggested additional segments still buried, extending farther into untouched dunes. Authorities restricted the site, citing safety concerns, while samples were quietly shipped to labs in Europe and the United States. So what really surfaced from the desert sands? Do you think this was a forgotten fossil, or something else entirely? Number 15. Green Sahara. This hot desert was once green and alive with lakes, rivers, grasslands, and even forests. The Sahara experienced periodic shifts between humid and dry conditions for a long time. These fluctuations were caused by small wobbles in the tilt of the Earth's orbital axis, which controls how much solar radiation reaches the atmosphere. Since Earth's existence, the sun has provided more energy during the West African monsoon season, and during African humid periods, much more rain falls over North Africa. When there is more rain, the region becomes greener, and dries out when there is no rain. This cycle had been happening for thousands of years, but something unusual occurred between 8,000 years and 4,500 years ago. The shift from humid to dry conditions happened repeatedly in certain areas, much more than what could be explained by the Earth's orbit changes alone. These frequent transitions led to the Sahara Desert as we know it today. However, researchers believe that human activity contributed to the extreme dryness. They suggest that humans and their animals damaged the grasslands and plants as they moved through, overgrazing the grasses and reducing the moisture emitted by plants, which helped form clouds. It's also believed that nomadic humans may have used fire as a tool for land management, accelerating the desertification process. Number 14. The God of Death. Another popular and well-known site of fossils is Wadi al-Haytham, a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization World Heritage Site located in the Western Geographic Zone of Egypt, where entire skeletons of whales are found buried in the sands of the desert. Around 40 million years ago, the vast area now known as the Sahara was occupied by a considerable sea where whales floated gracefully. As the sea slowly receded and the land emerged, these majestic creatures perished and were buried under layers of sediment. These prehistoric secrets have been uncovered in Wadi al-Haytham, including the fossil of a remarkable prehistoric whale known as Phyomycetes anubis. This ancient whale lived about 43 million years ago and was no ordinary creature. Unlike modern whales, Phyomycetes anubis had 4 legs and razor-sharp teeth, measuring around 10 feet long. It was an amphibious predator with a jaw that rivaled the deadliest raptors. Named after Anubis, the Egyptian god of death, this creature had a unique feeding style due to its fearsome characteristics, suggesting it was a powerful apex predator during its time. Phyomycetes anubis weighed about 1,300 pounds and likely dominated both land and sea, capable of walking on land thanks to its legs with webbed feet. This significant discovery fills an essential gap in the evolutionary history of whales, tracing their origins back to around 50 million years ago, when these creatures were beginning their transition from land to sea. Number 13. Hundreds of mysterious stone structures. The sands of Western Sahara have uncovered hundreds of intriguing stone formations, baffling experts. These stone structures come in various shapes and sizes, leaving archaeologists uncertain about their purpose or origin. Some resemble crescents, others form neat circles, and there are straight lines, rectangular platforms, and piles of rocks. One complex structure combines consecutive lines, stone circles, a platform, and rock piles stretching over 2,000 feet. Archaeologists quickly realize these formations might hold deep secrets, although their exact purpose remains unknown. Some believe they could be ancient grave markers. Unfortunately, not much excavation has been done, and very few artifacts suitable for radiocarbon dating have been found. However, a few rock heaps known as tumuli did reveal human burials dating back around 1,500 years. While they seem simple burials, more could be hidden beneath them. Number 12. Desert glass. Libyan desert glass, or yellow desert glass, is a fascinating natural product located in the region of the Egyptian Western Desert. This type of glass was created more than 28 million years ago when a meteorite hit the Earth's surface with much force. But what makes yellow desert glass even more interesting is its bright yellow color and ability. It has a non-typical yellow or golden-like coloration, characteristic of shards of light trapped in glass. This gem-like material has fascinated both researchers and collectors. Yellow desert glass can be dated to a meteorite impact site near the Libyan-Egyptian border. The impact, resulting in high pressure and increased temperatures, melted the surrounding sand and fused it into what we know as the glassy substance today. Number 11. The mirage. You are walking in the blistering heat in the middle of the sun, and it feels pretty uncomfortable with a dry throat. You then see a glimmer of light on the horizon, a lake. You might want to rush forward and take a sip, but don't freak out. This water is as elusive as sand, disappearing the closer you approach. It's not a curse, it's science, and it is what one commonly calls a mirage. Mirages are natural phenomena that tend to resemble areas of water on the ground. They occur when light is bent through the air at different temperatures. Cold air is denser than warm air, giving it a greater refractive index. As light passes from cool to hot air, it bends upwards toward the denser air away from the ground. When you look at it, the distorted rays seem to come from the ground, creating a refracted image of the sky that resembles a reflection on the water's surface. This phenomenon can be confusing. The different air masses colliding act like a mirror, making the desert ahead look like a lake when it's just a reflection of the sky above. Mirages aren't exclusive to the Sahara. They can be seen almost anywhere on sunny days. You've likely noticed a shimmering heat haze on the road that disappears as you approach. Another example of a mirage. So don't be disturbed the next time you visit the Sahara and see a mirage. Number 10. Spinosaurus. Researchers have made an astonishing discovery involving the one and only Spinosaurus. A significant find was a team of archaeologists unearthed a remarkable 1,200 dinosaur teeth. These dental treasures provide compelling evidence that Spinosaurus was a true aquatic heavyweight. A staggering 45% of all the dinosaur teeth found in a prehistoric riverbed belonged to Spinosaurus. Most of these dinosaur teeth fossils were discovered in Morocco, where the Sahara Desert once hosted a mighty river 100 million years ago. Yes, the Sahara was not always a vast desert. It was once home to a flowing river that served as the stomping grounds for Spinosaurus. These toothy finds have revolutionized our understanding of this colossal predator. Evidence suggests that this giant measured an impressive 49 feet long and weighed around 6 tons. Rather than stalking the land for its next meal, Spinosaurus was primarily an aquatic dinosaur, making it the ultimate river-dwelling beast. Can you imagine the Spinosaurus gracefully swimming through ancient waters, its sail-like fin gliding effortlessly? With this discovery, we've unlocked another piece of the prehistoric puzzle. Number 9. Strange stone. Long before the discovery of EC002, another mysterious stone was found in the Sahara Desert, the Hypatia stone, discovered in 1996. This strange relic was located in a peculiar section of the desert littered with unique yellow glass, hinted at an unusual origin. Scientists soon realized the Hypatia stone was extraterrestrial in origin, unlike any meteorite or comet previously known. What makes this discovery even more intriguing is a recent study that suggests Hypatia could predate the formation of our solar system or even have interstellar origins. When further study was made, it was observed that mineral content did not resemble any matter existing in the cometary nucleus. These large pieces of Libyan desert glass are said to have been created from a phenomenon that turned the desert sand into transparent yellow silica glass due to an explosion that may have been an extraterrestrial impact. But Hypatia's story goes beyond that. Upon close examination, metallic inclusions in the stone showed compositions never before observed on Earth or elsewhere in space. This raises the possibility that parts of Hypatia could have formed billions of years ago before the solar system, when a vast cloud of dust and gas surrounded the sun. Unlike most space rocks which share similar material with Earth, Hypatia stands out as a unique piece of cosmic history, challenging our current understanding of how our solar system formed. It may even push us to rewrite what we thought we knew about the early universe. Number 8. Gabbro skeletons. In the heart of the Sahara Desert, an astonishing discovery awaits. A prominent city of a burial ground to put the remains of our early ancestors. One day, a team of courageous paleontologists, which was being led by none other than Paul Sereno himself, a famous dinosaur hunter, came across this dinosaur. While they were in the process of searching for bones, they uncovered 200 graves dating back as far as 10,000 years, offering a captivating glimpse into a time when the Sahara flourished with lush lakes and colossal 6-foot-long perch. This monumental burial ground, the largest in the Sahara, unveils the rich history and untold stories of the people who once thrived in this now arid expanse. Sereno's team meticulously examined the skeletal remains found within the graves. However, it wasn't just bones discovered. Pottery fragments, fish hooks, stone tools, and intricately crafted harpoons made from animal bones were also unearthed, providing valuable insights into the thriving cultures that once inhabited this region. Among these were the Kiphians, a tall and robust people who flourished from 10,000 to 8,000 years ago, until a 1,000-year drought made the land barren. But nature's marvels did not end there. A process of regreening began, thus allowing the Tenerians, a subgroup characterized by distinct pottery, to emerge and persist until approximately 5,000 years ago. Gradually, these graves show how their lives were and remind us every day of the power or might of the Earth's changing planet. Number 7. Sahara is mostly rocky. When we think of the Sahara Desert, we often picture vast seas of dry sand. But the Sahara is mainly made up of rocky Hamada landscapes. The endless dunes in photos and movies comprise only 30% of the desert, while the other 70% is gravel. Even the sand comes from rock, which breaks down into smaller particles over time through various weathering processes like chemical, biological, and temperature changes. But that's not all. The Sahara has other features, including stone plateaus, salt flats, dry valleys, rivers, mountains, streams, and oases. Quite a variety, right? There's more to the Sahara than you might imagine. Number 6. Macamasaurus rex. In the vast landscape of the Sahara, a remarkable discovery has sent shock waves through the scientific community. A colossal ancient crocodile unlike any seen before. Paleontologists exploring Tunisia uncovered the remains of this massive sea-dwelling creature, which measures over 30 feet in length and weighs an astonishing 3 tons. Named Macamasaurus rex, this prehistoric crocodile is an absolute beast. Experts from the University of Bologna have compared its size to that of a bus, highlighting its dominance at the top of the food chain during its time. This significant finding suggests that the area was once a lagoon connected to the ocean. Alongside the crocodile, researchers also discovered remains of unidentified fish and turtles. Macamasaurus rex was a formidable predator, likely employing ambush tactics or scavenging to secure its meals. Number 5. Lost libraries. Chinguetti is one of the oldest cities in Mauritania, which is fighting a losing battle with the advancing desert, the Sahara. This beautiful city, nestled in eastern Africa, not only risks being buried under the sands, but also faces the imminent loss of its invaluable treasure, 13 libraries containing many manuscripts, some of which can be traced back to the 12th century. These texts cover diverse subjects, from Islamic law to poetry and mathematics. Once a barren land, Chinguetti transformed into a bustling hub for Islamic pilgrims to Mecca. The steady stream of devout individuals spurred the construction of a substantial stone mosque and the creation of small libraries to accommodate the growing assortment of religious texts left behind. Acknowledging its historical importance, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization has honored Chinguetti and the nearby ancient settlement with World Heritage status. Dedicated efforts are underway to rescue the city and its treasured libraries from neglect, safeguarding them for future generations. Preserving these precious documents is no easy task. The challenge of safeguarding manuscripts that have stood the test for centuries is as monumental as the desert surrounding Chinguetti. Each manuscript offers a glimpse into the rich history and knowledge of this once thriving stop along the trans-Saharan trade route. Without action, these libraries in the desert might be gone forever. Number 4. Meteorites. Scientists have discovered an ancient space rock in the Sahara Desert, an extraordinary meteorite named ERG-CHEK-002, EC002 for short, which contains the oldest volcanic rock ever found. This remarkable find is over 2 million years older than any known meteorite and belongs to a rare rock type called andesite, typically found in Earth's subduction zones. Analysis reveals that it solidified 4.6 billion years ago, indicating it was once part of an ancient protoplanet's crust. This meteorite provides a glimpse into the early stages of our solar system and could offer vital clues about how planets, including Earth, formed. EC002 is unique due to its andesite composition, setting it apart from other meteorites usually made of basalt. The scarcity of similar relics suggests most have either merged to form planets or were destroyed. Researchers estimate that the magma within EC002 took at least 100,000 years to cool and solidify after melting. This extraordinary discovery gives scientists a rare chance to study the building blocks of planets and gain deeper insights into the cosmic processes that shaped our universe. Number 3. The Sahara Desert has an eye. At least the desert has a mouth it uses to sing and an eye, though the eye of the Sahara is nothing like ours. Known as the blue eye of the Sahara, or the Richat structure, this geological formation stretches across a region approximately 40 kilometers wide in Mauritania. It was first photographed in the 1960s by Gemini astronauts monitoring the area, and later images from the Landsat satellite provided more information about its size, height, and extent. Initially, geologists believed the eye of the Sahara was a blow crater created by an object striking the surface. However, further studies revealed that its origin is much more complex. The Richat structure is a light elliptical, deeply eroded dome with a diameter of 40 kilometers. Volcanic activity from beneath the Earth's surface uplifted the landscape around the eye millions of years ago. The region was not always the desert it is today. It once featured abundant flowing water. Sandstone rocks were deposited by winds and formed at the bottoms of lakes and rivers during wetter periods. As volcanic activity ceased, wind and water erosion began to wear away at the dome's layered rock, causing the region to settle and collapse, creating the eye-like appearance we see today. The formation of this eye traces back to the breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea. As Pangaea split, waters from the Atlantic Ocean flowed into the region, while magma pushed upward, forming a circular rocky dome surrounded by sandstone layers. Erosion took its toll on the various rocks, leaving behind the hollow, circular shape characteristic of the Richat structure. Number 2. Cave paintings of Gilf Kabir. Deep within the vast and rugged expanse of the Sahara Desert lies a hidden gem of ancient art and mystery, the Cave of Swimmers. This mysterious cave is situated at the Gilf Kabir Plateau at the border of Egypt and Libya, and has been the subject of many legends. It is now high time that we begin the journey of discovering the hidden mysteries of this wonder. It is popularly known as the Cave of Swimmers due to rock paintings hanging on the cave walls. These unique pieces of artwork depict human figures seemingly frolicking in what seems like a lake. Yes, you heard that correctly, swimming in the desert. Here's the exciting part. The paintings are dated to be over 5,000 years old, illustrating the time when the Sahara was entirely different. These ancient artworks have puzzled researchers for decades, leaving them with more questions than answers. How was a barren desert once teeming with water? Who were these swimmers, and what message were they trying to convey through their art? Estimated to be around 8,000 years old, these paintings offer a glimpse into a forgotten era, proving that the Saharan desert was once a lush, verdant region dotted with lakes and rivers. They serve as a stark reminder of the ever-changing nature of our planet's climate. Number 1. The Sahara dust feeds Amazon plants. You know that the Sahara is mainly a sandy desert and the Amazon is a humid rainforest in the northeastern part of South America. But when strong winds are blowing in the Sahara, a tan cloud of dust goes up in the air, thus linking the desert to the jungle. This dust is significant for their relationship. NASA satellites have quantified how much dust travels from the Sahara to the Amazon. This dust journey is crucial because it contains phosphorus, an essential nutrient for plant growth, which the Amazon rainforest relies on. The soils in the Amazon lack sufficient nutrients, which are primarily stored in the plants. Decomposing leaves and organic matter provide most of the nutrients, but rainfall washes away vital elements like phosphorus into streams and rivers. Researchers calculated that about 22,000 tons of phosphorus are transported annually from the Sahara to the Amazon, matching the amount the rainforest loses yearly. NASA's data shows that winds and weather pick up approximately 182 million tons of dust each year, equivalent to 689,290 semi-trucks filled with dust. This dust travels about 1,600 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. By the time it reaches the Amazon, enough dust to fill 104,908 semi-trucks falls on the basin. The scientists analyzed the data year by year and found an 86% variation between the highest dust transport in 2007 and the lowest in 2011. This variation is believed to be linked to conditions in the Sahel, the semi-arid strip on the southern border of the Sahara. The researchers discovered that the following year's dust transport decreased when Sahel rainfall increased. Although the exact mechanism is unknown, It may be that increased vegetation from rainfall exposes less soil to the wind, or that rainfall affects wind circulation, which ultimately carries the dust into the atmosphere for its long journey across the ocean. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.